What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Gaming Hour podcast. I'm your host, Jersey's Finest, 186. With me today, I got my two co-hosts. Casper's unfortunately not here today, but we wish him the best today. Carlos V, aka Twice the Hits, back, ladies and gentlemen. What's up, man?
What's up? What's up? What's up? I hope
up?
everybody's had a good time here, and it's coming back with a vengeance now.
Oh yeah, and of course, my good buddy Rage. What is up, dude?
What's good, guys?
And
Just
also
waiting for this.
and also, we got a guest today, guys. I told him he can come on last time. I totally forgot, but here he is, Rue Diggs. Welcome to the show, buddy.
What's going on? Just been grabbing plats and playing Game of the Year. Glad to be here. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, no doubt. So today, guys, we're going to be talking about a little Helldivers first, because I've been playing the heck out of this game. I think I got 65 hours in. You know, it's been one heck of a ride with Helldivers. Success. And I will say success, even though it was a bumpy road with the servers in the beginning, but they did fix it up. And of course, there's still some bugs here and there. They got to tweak, but overall, it's still a fun and crazy game. But so what do you guys think about Helldivers, man? I know Rue Diggs, man, he already platinumed the game. He got in. He's level 36. Rue Diggs, give us a little insight, man, how you liking the game already.
The game is absolutely a smash. There has been nothing but extreme excitement. You get in with your friends, you throw the orbitals, the red lights go on people's area and they're jumping out of the way. You're constantly switching up your equipment, finding what's the best synergy. I myself, I'm grabbing that bubble shield, I'm grabbing the grenade launcher, I'm making my way out there with the laser or the rail cannon. There is a lot of awesome stuff. Last night, if you were playing, we won the war against the bugs. So we're moving on up. We got 45 medals, so I put that towards my battle pass. I mean, there are so many awesome, amazing parts of this game that I'm absolutely enjoying it. But I will have to say the one thing I'll take away from it is if you get in a group of 4 people, you're gonna laugh. You're gonna have a good time, and it's an easy multiplayer to just jump in and have a good one with.
Yeah. You know what? I have to agree there. Obviously, guys, the footage here is from last night's gameplay. I had to clip some things out because I did take a 15-minute break. But moving on in, we got me, my buddy Slayton, Rage, and Casper. We did a phenomenal job. We played on the extreme because these guys are a little bit lower level. Now, me and Twice yesterday, we played a suicide mission. The first one, I think we failed up. We didn't extract. But the second time we went in, we got it. You know what I mean? It was wild. They had Bio Titans. They had chargers up the wazoo. Everything was coming and charging at us. It was nuts. But we got it done. They got over, I think, 900 and something XP. It was really nice to get into. Again, what Rue Diggs saying. I also got the 500 kg bomb. I got the rail cannon orbital. I got my stalwart. And I got my dog rover. And that kind of helps me out because it kind of like keeps them at bay with the rovers, in my perspective. Obviously, moving up to the harder difficulty, we're gonna have to, strategize like a little bit with our loadouts. But Rage, give us a little insight how you like the game and what you've been into it.
Well, honestly, I think this game is phenomenal. I love the whole aspect that it's a PvE and shit that you do get to play with the friends. And yes, definitely with the more the better and stuff. I do think that you are going to have to be more strategic. It gives me more of a Destiny feel when it comes to bosses and stuff like that. Not as extreme, but you do have to have that strategy in it and being able to have your teammates, come with a bunch of different things so they could keep the team working smooth and shit like we was yesterday when we was playing and stuff. Man, this game is freaking fun. It gets crazy, you screaming and everything. It's fantastic. The frames and shit looks good. I mean, I'm surprised that this game got as big as it did, as fast as it did, but I think it's definitely worth it. And might get a little hate, but I actually do believe this shit should go to Microsoft. I want bigger fan base. I want more people on this. I want to see where this could really go. I want to see how big it's gonna get. I can see this being maybe the next Destiny Halo franchise game, man.
Yeah,
I like it. It's fun. It's easy, and like the challenging part of it is that the simplicity of it is what makes it so challenging, but also which makes it so much fun.
Oh yeah.
And if you can't handle that anxiety, bro, don't get on this game. I'm telling you right now.
All right, Twice, give us a little bit about your experiences in Helldivers.
So far, it's actually been a very interesting experience. To be honest with you, I kind of miss the P versus E kind of aspect to it, because it's not the fact of like, you know, you're fighting player versus player kind of thing. It's more of like you're doing the team effort to get to the main goal. So it kind of gave me like old school SOCOM vibes when SOCOM first came out with like the team based stuff. So I actually like that concept a lot. And yeah, we had a little hiccup at the beginning with the server situation and all that stuff, but you know, in the end, that's every game that's coming out now. We always have a server issue because they're always testing it out. Keep in mind, you got to keep in mind though, is that Helldivers, the first version of the game, when part 1 came out, a lot of people weren't into the game as much as like it came to be now. And with the low number of servers, Arrowhead and Sony weren't expecting it to get as big as it was. It still has a rating on Google, if you look at it for like Steam and everything, as a 6 out of 10. So a lot of people are not really into the game, but then it became overnight sensation, literally. And then Sony and Arrowhead literally had to put the works in to figure out like, okay, we got to fix the whole server issue. Once that was fixed, in a matter of like what I would say 2 to 3 weeks, the server issue got a lot better. The game seems a lot more fluent, and there's a lot more coming to this game than we all expected. And it just makes me laugh because of the fact is that, you know, these companies that are coming out with these games, like prime example Sony and Arrowhead, weren't really expecting the game to get as popular as it did. And that just shows you that in the gaming industry, the P versus E kind of concept is still alive and kicking out there. And I hope this is just like a start to bring in this factor of games again, because I wouldn't mind hopping on stuff like this again.
Oh yeah, definitely. So I just want to give a shout out to the chat guys. Lions up in here. What's up, Lion? Trey Gaming, aka Murder. What is up, brother? Murder, if you want to come up in, I have one more spot because Casper can't be here today, man. Just let me know and I'll give you the role. You can come on in and chime in a little bit, because I know you've been playing PUBG, you've been playing Call of Duty, you've been playing Helldivers, all that stuff. I would love to hear your real insight about Helldivers. Now, moving forward, I just want to say that Helldivers has been a phenomenal success to me. Now, again, what Twice the Hit says, Rudigs and Rage, of course, we all agree that this game is really good, but it does have its issues, right? It has its server issues. I mean, what game doesn't at this capacity? I mean, the makers did not expect this game to be this big. And I would say, just like Marco Pierre White, the great chef, the world-renowned chef who actually trained Gordon Ramsay, this is a side note that, you know, he always said, keep it simple, right? I think this is what this game is. It's simple, fun. It brings out the nostalgic co-op, just fun. You know what I mean? Like Rudik said, you get 4 players, man, you're having a great time. Now, it's a little harder with you if you win it solo with randoms who have no mics, and you're just like trying to figure out what's going on, what kind of lotus they have. You have to watch where they throw it. You have to pay attention to your surroundings and all that. And I think that's still a good thing, but I would say communication is really key in this situation. But it is repetitive, you know what I mean? It's just like a lot of games as a service is very repetitive, and I wish, or, you know, hopefully they'll bring out more objectives and main things to do. We do know that they will be bringing vehicles and mech suits soon enough, so that's definitely a plus to me. You know, getting into a mech suit, I want to face the automaton, whatever the hell they're called, the robots. I want to get up in there. I want to fight them. I want to, because I said to everybody, I don't care. I don't like to play games like this on easy. That's just me. I love a challenge. I'm from Destiny. I love a challenge. So it's cool when you start out from like 0 to 5, play medium, 5 to 10, play it on challenging, 10 and up, play it on hard, and then when you finally get to 15 to 20, play it on extreme. After that, you go to extreme to I believe suicide. I think it's after extreme. So you get into that little mix, little chaotic challenges, if you will, right? So you get a lot of XP. You're getting your build up. So again, great job to Arrowhead and Sony. Hey, listen, I love that Sony has a game like this to call their own again, but let's give it to Xbox a little bit later, maybe like 6 months down the road. See if you guys can work out a deal, get these guys involved. You know what I mean? How would you guys feel if it went to Game Pass or not on Game Pass? How would you guys feel about that?
I don't think it's worth it going on Game Pass just yet. This is a great game, bro. It really is. And you know what? I want to shout out to these guys as well, because not for nothing, they did fix the servers real quick too. They didn't have people waiting, so they're jumping on this and they're trying to get everything that us as fans are asking for.
Absolutely.
And rectifying this. But,
absolutely.
I don't want this turning into no Titanfall either, bro. I want this to stay true to itself. You know,
Yes.
I don't want too many damn walking mechs and stuff like that. I want it to be its own thing. You know.
Yeah, I
And
feel you, bro. Like, there's just too much going on. Just give me my stuff and let me do what I gotta do. Now, I don't think that now is it because I think Lion's right. They were adding vehicles at random spots here and there. Shout out to the players who found them and used them. But I will say this: that I don't want a lot of vehicles in the game. Give me like 1 or 2, maybe 1. You don't need 2 because it's not really. It's a nice big area, right? You're running around. You're looking for stuff, but just give me 1 vehicle for the team. I think that's all we really need, and I know it will break down. If it doesn't break down, that's kind of weird. I want it, like, you know, if bugs hit it, it's gonna break down. Like, oh, we don't have our vehicle. God damn. Like, you know what I mean? I want that.
Give it a
excitement.
limitation.
Yeah,
on its,
like, oh,
juice.
Jers, what are you doing? Don't go.
Battery
No.
side.
And then the Bio Titan just smashes it, and we're toast.
There's like I forgot what's his name, but it's a gentleman I follow on TikTok who does like these funny kind of renditions of being like the reporter for Super Earth. So it's actually pretty funny. I actually put it in our WhatsApp chat, Jers, but apparently he says, which really intrigued me, Arrowhead and Sony announced that they're releasing 2 different mechs, and they're gonna be probably very limited. So like, it's gonna be part of the whole you know, I'm probably saying the name wrong, the Stagments, I'm guessing. I don't know, I forgot the pronunciation of the word, forgive me.
Stratagens.
Thank you, Stratagens, appreciate it. So
I got you, bro.
They have they're gonna be an item of 2 different mechs you get to use, and you're gonna be very limited to what you can do, because keep in mind, when you're using like the napalm strikes or anything like that, you can reload them during the game. With this one, they're talking about the mechs that they're not gonna allow you to do that, and you're only gonna be able to summon 1 or 2 at a time.
Okay.
Oh, that would actually be nice too, especially if you could only use 1 per team of 4 and stuff like that. That actually is pretty cool. I like that limitations to it and shit, and it's gonna keep everything authentic to this.
Yeah, it's gonna keep everything balanced, which I thought was pretty dope. And then they're also talking about the vehicles. Like, they already announced about 3 different vehicles. One is gonna be a 4-man armored vehicle, so it's gonna be literally 2 guys using machine guns while one's driving and another one's going to be side shooting.
Oh,
so
wow.
I'm like, oh, that's pretty dope. Okay, they have that. They have an ATV and all that stuff. My issue though is I kind of agree with Rage, is the whole Titanfall kind of idea. I'm gonna tell you right now, Respawn already has that clinched with Apex Legends. They're still trying to come up with that concept that you can use mechs in the game and all this stuff. And my thing is that we don't really need that. I don't want a Titanfall game. If you're gonna do it, make a part 3 then. Like, give me a part 3 of Titanfall. Like,
Yes.
I'd rather see that than I'd rather see it add to different games. The whole mech idea, yeah, it's a great idea, and I love the concept of it, that it's gonna be a simple mech walking around doing whatever you gotta do. And then, like Jers was just hitting off, that he would like to see it being broken down, which I have a feeling Sony and Arrowhead will come up with that concept to have it give you the aesthetic that it's being destroyed. So I actually like that concept. But when it comes
real
to
quick, side note, with that mech, is it supposed to be rideable, or is that just a companion?
No, it's rideable.
You can get in and like use it.
Okay.
But there's gonna be no companion feature to it, because they want to make it like it's a army kind of base thing, so you have to control it yourself.
That's kind of cool.
All right.
I love
Which
it.
Yes, I like that.
That's a great strategy plan, especially when it comes to the game, because it's like, okay, guys, you know, this is what I'm gonna do. The automatons are coming, and you have these bugs coming after you. And Jers, as my witness yesterday when we were doing Suicidal, and all these bugs kept coming out of nowhere, me and him were about to like start spazzing with gunfire.
Yeah, bro. But that's the fun part about it. I'm not gonna even front.
Yeah,
That's that craziness.
I was playing with Trey Gaming, aka Murder Rage, like, you know what I mean, like, you know, Murder, but Trey Gaming on YouTube. So he goes like this: for the player base, I'd say it's a good idea to give it to Xbox, but I say no, keep the multiplayer hit for the PlayStation people and keep expanding on it and keep the boot on Xbox's neck. What do you guys feel about that?
I agree. I think we need competition. You need to spark some fire. And then right away, what do we see? Some people getting into Forge mode, creating a Halo version of Extraction called Helljumpers. I mean, this is what you need. You need this competition to get Xbox being like, okay, we need to make an even better Extraction shooter. And then that's what drives competition. So you keep it separate. What you could do is make it more accessible. Put it on the PlayStation app. Get people paying for that so they can access it on their PC without Steam, in the cloud, or via PlayStation app. Makes it easier for a lot of people. I hope they, bridge that gap with their PS5 games, but hey, buy a PlayStation 5 if you want to play it, or get on a computer that can handle it. Those are the two options right now.
Yeah, but in line goes the vehicles have a limited use. They use gas. So that's kind of cool too.
Oh, okay, that's pretty dope. They keep that concept. I guarantee it will go far, because then it actually makes the game much more harder to get to where you have to be, especially. But here's my concern, though. I'm sorry for cutting you off, Rage.
No, go ahead.
With these vehicle add-ons, are they gonna shorten the maps, or are they gonna expand?
No.
Or are they gonna
No, they better not shorten it. I feel like they're short enough.
Yeah, they're short enough.
For vehicles to be here now, it's gonna be too much. I think they should expand the maps and stuff, even though they do give us a nice array of maps that we could go through to, and locations and stuff. And I don't really like the idea of gas. I'd rather something different. I don't want fossil fuel type shit. Give us we'll run off an insect, whatever, and that's gonna be something that we could use to refuel the convoy or whatever.
Yeah, make it come with a side mission. Add more side missions. Add more quests. Bring more variety to that. So I hope there's a bigger update with mechs, drivables, and updated quests. Because at right now, you guys have all played every single quest 5 times over at least, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's the position we're at. We faced all the enemy types. Helldivers 1 had the Illuminite, and I think everybody is on edge saying, when are you going to introduce that? Real timeline is probably a year from now. So we got to deal with this content, and that's the problem with live service.
Well, let me ask you, do you think it actually is going to take that long? Because the clout that this is getting right now, they're moving pretty fast, and they're not expecting the damn numbers that they were doing.
No, absolutely not.
I think that they might move a little faster than we expect them to.
What's the number?
If they were on Unreal Engine 5, maybe, but they're on an outdated freaking game engine that was discontinued in 2018. I don't know what these guys are doing over there, what kind of magic they're performing, but I think there needs to be a standard for games moving forward. It's going to be harder for them to update and bring this new next-gen experience for us. Now, I just hate to be the negative aspect on the panel, but I just wanted to bring it.
That's cool with me. That's cool with me.
No, you speak your mind, bro. Man. I want to hear everything. Just like this game, this Council Wars and shit. We need it. It's what makes shit healthy. You know what I mean?
So Lion says this. He goes, the gas comes from the termites. That's the reason you kill the bugs. So,
nice.
So wait,
thank you, Lion.
That's nutty. That's nutty.
That's fantastic, bro.
Get the bug. I need gas. Get them over here. Bring them to me.
And you know what? That also brings it to account too, because didn't we say that we wasn't getting really anything for those bugs? Now they're actually being used for something.
You know what's funny? I was just thinking about this. This is going to be a me situation. You guys want to hear this? So let's say they got the vehicles out. They actually use gas for the bug kills. And I'm the guy who throws the orbital strike at a charger, even though it sticks on him, and he's coming over and he blows up the vehicle. That'll be my situation. I'll be like, "Oh, my bad."
Do we need to look at your team kill stats there, Jers?
Yeah, they're right there on the board. Yo, they're right there, man.
Chargers,
everything is right there on the video feed right now. So
yeah, that's when Rue's gonna be like, "Yeah, I can't play with Jers ever again."
He throws orbitals at me.
Not even. You just drop back in. You're another Helldiver.
For the democracy, bro.
I think I have like 117 friendly kills. That's nutty, bro. That's nuts.
Oh damn.
Yeah,
that
bro,
is nuts. What are
you
doing
what?
out there?
Brew Digs, this is why I established that nobody looks up at the red beam coming down. So even if I say, "Yo, I'm dropping," and then like, I'm just gonna do my thing, and I don't care about the red blazer coming down, and get out of the way, man.
Let me run into the red light.
you got a bunch of us that we play. We go rogue. So Jers likes baiting people. So I think he just puts it on us, knowing that we're gonna run towards the Titan or something, and they figured they're good. Titan and the person.
Yeah,
there's one sacrifice. Fuck it.
All I can say is at least Jers is not like some randoms that I play with that they literally throw it on you so it could stick on you. and then
no.
you're running around trying to get away from it, and you're like, "Oh my god!" You're diving, trying to get rid of it.
I would just
and
go
you jump
towards the guy.
onto the team.
I would just
But
jump
that's
towards
what
the guy.
that's what I had to do. I had to jump into the team and annihilate the entire team. And I was like mad because I was doing so well, and then you lose your items and you lose all your samples, and I'm like, man, I gotta go back to the same spot to go pick it up, and it's being bombarded by bugs.
Now we
let me tell
share
you, that's just
consumables
as
though,
bad.
right? Like we share consumables. Is
Yeah.
that what I'm? Okay,
Yeah.
so because here's why I bring this up is because, again, I was playing with randoms, and when you die, you drop all your stuff, like Twice said. Now a few randoms kept like picking up my consumables. I don't know if they were trying to get it for themselves or whatever, but I'm thinking like, we all share this. I'm thinking this in my head, like we share this. I don't. You can take it all you want.
It's for XP.
Yeah.
You get more XP if you're the one who brings all the samples back.
Oh, I get it.
So
Okay,
that's
that makes
been
sense.
yeah,
I
that's
didn't
been
really
an
recognize
issue.
that. I wasn't paying attention,
All
but
right, real quick. Now, is there any talk about any clan things going on? I know we don't have PvP and stuff, but like, is there like something in works as far as a clan we will separate or divide everything that is being collected more equally and stuff like that?
no, I'm sorry, Razor. Side note, but yeah, no. Well, I don't know if they're gonna bring clans into this. It's just like go ahead and do your thing kind of situation. You know what I mean? I don't think they're ever gonna bring clans to this game.
We're all in a clan.
Yeah,
I
we're
think
all
that's
like
the-
one part of
basically.
one part of the democracy. But
Yeah,
here,
you're right. You're right.
I want you guys to hear this. Now, listen, I
I'm a
recorded.
liberal, not a democracy. All right.
It's democracy.
Oh no! Kick his ass out of here.
Now listen. So me and Lime were playing the other night or yesterday or I don't know. I played so much this game the last 2 days. He goes, Jers, what about the mission where we couldn't extract? Man, guys, I'm gonna tell you like this. We were actually literally stuck. They kind of glitched out the plane. We were all in the plane throwing, grenades. I was like, oh crap, I can't throw a grenade. It might bounce in the vehicle. We had no respawns. We had to wait. I was like, oh no. And then for like 10 minutes, we're trying to like figure this out, letting the time go by so it could just go while we're in the plane. It could just take us off. But yeah, it wasn't working. And somebody dropped a grenade and died. And yeah, they killed all of us. So all that work for nothing,
Hey, but listen, this.
But it was
part,
funny.
to me,
It was
it's
funny.
Part of the fun.
Man, that was the
Yes.
funniest situation I think I had yet.
See, that's what I mean. Like stuff like that is what makes Helldivers a game.
So enjoyable.
Yeah, that's like really active because I'll be honest with you, all the years that we've been playing with the new updates and systems, new updates on PCs, all these new games that are coming out that everybody's excited for, first person, multiplayer, all this stuff. Like, don't get me wrong, it's great, but then you're finally giving us something that we haven't seen in a very long time, which is a actual team-based interactive game. Versus, like, don't get me wrong, I know Destiny has the same concept. I know most of these games do have the same concept, but it's mostly PvP. It's not mostly PvE. And the thing is that with PvE, excuse my language, I can't even talk because I'm talking with excitement apparently. It gives the feel of like, this is a team-based build, so it makes you want to do more. It makes you want to go in head first, like, all right, Rue, go over here, Jersey, you're gonna go handle this guy, Rage, go handle this guy, and it gives you more of the aspect of a team-based game. Because don't get me wrong, we all love Call of Duty, we all love Destiny, we all love Apex, Fortnite, the whole idea of fighting other people with different skills. And I agree with Trey Gaming is the fact is that, a PvP idea would be good for this game too. But to be honest with you, I don't even think it's necessary. I think they should just stick to the concept of PvE and work around that. And
I agree.
And
I agree, dude.
Because it still gives you the enjoyment of playing a game. Like, it's not the idea of that you have to go there and be like, I need to be better than this one. It's the idea that like, all right, I'm gonna go with my boys, with my crew, and we're gonna show democracy and liberate half of these alien planets to make sure that we make the game the best possible fun out of it.
Yeah, I think that's where again, I agree with Trey that a PvP portion of this would be fantastic. I think it'll be a lot of fun, but at the same time, it does bring out the toxicity in people. Oh, the meta. I don't feel like for example, there's an actual meta in this game. You know what I mean? Because it's like everybody can obtain it. Everybody, we all can use shields and stuff. So think of it like a Halo situation. I don't really play Halo, but this is the best thing I can think of is that everybody uses the same weapons. So it's not really like, like Destiny or Division 2 where you're adding elements to your weapons, like for a better kill. But, to go back what Twice said, I think that this game is just fine the way it is. You know what I mean? PvE is all about the funness and getting together and having a blast and remembering those times and days of old where you just get out and co-op and you just have like a fun time with your friends and family and just play this game as much as you want without the headache of PvP. I mean, I think PvP's been slammed into the ground so much. This is such a breath of fresh air, man. I'm not even gonna lie. So,
and it's also not the sort of motto of the game. I mean, we already had a situation where the community was so focused on farming XP on the bugs that they missed out on a community objective facing the automatons. Like, you need to focus the community in these types of games towards singular objectives to bring that hurrah, to make the high command and all these news reporters mean more to people on social media and stuff. And as soon as you bring PvP, you're going to draw all this audience into that. Like, we all know PvP draws, like Destiny 2, for instance, you brought that up. So many people play PvP. It's just what people do in that game. They go in, they play PvP, and they leave. So I just wouldn't think it's part of the spirit of the game.
Yeah. So
I agree too, dude. Completely. Honestly, I'd rather them focus more on giving me more content and even different species, because like this game, they left it so open that you could do so much and bring so much into it. You don't need PvP to have the fun in this. I want this to stay PvE. This is the kind of game I want. I don't want anything other than that when it comes to this. This is how I've already seen this game going, and it's like just the more objective. I'd rather it come down to where we have to use these different things to make a full squad type thing. But it's a fantastic game, dude, and I think just with the PvP and shit, it's gonna be too much. And I don't want it and stuff, and they could focus way more on the content and stuff and making this even more enjoyable for us as a team-based teams and stuff, you know?
Oh, absolutely, man. Trey goes, nah, Jersey, you hanging off. The bottom of the ship was a classic. Yeah, I kind of, I got respawned in. I went right through the plane, and I wasn't in the plane. I was like glitched out, and then when the plane took off, I was actually hanging on for dear life. Like it was really funny.
There was some good bloopers in there too.
Yeah,
it's like the one when I was when I had you millied you into the marine.
Whoa, what was that?
Hey, what's down there? Nah, this shit is fun, bro. It's a great game. It really is.
I agree.
So, listen, this game, I would still give it, I would say right now, where it is right now, definitely a 9.
I would say probably an 8.5.
I'm gonna concur with that. I would go with that because it still has a little cleaning up to do, and there's still a lot of things that they could come out with. But I'm just waiting for it. I know.
Well, that's why I'm saying I'm gonna leave that for the point. You know, I mean, that's just the point I'm waiting on. But I'm gonna give it a 9 for overall experience, the fun of it, the gameplay. The servers were it's fixed up a little bit, even though there is some little bit of issues there. But they did up the server cap to 700,000 now or something like that. So 800 now. Woo.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys. So there it is. It's up to 800 now, and that says a lot, man. And yo, guys,
800,000.
Yeah, but did you guys see this? It was 700 concurrent players at a time. That's wild. That's wild. This is like Destiny launch situation. This is Call of Duty launch, like Warzone Verdansk, Blackout. Like this is that kind of situation.
Yeah, it's that overload situation.
Now, again, people are concerned. Is this gonna last? You know, this momentum. I believe it could if they just add things periodically. A nice little add-on here and there. Again, like Rudik said, you know, we play these objectives 5 times, 10 times over. At the end of the day, you know, again, there is different planets, but you know, it's just the same thing over and I want them to add new objectives here, like at least like 3 or 4 new objectives we can hit on, mixed up with the old ones, keeping it fresh, vehicles, mech suits, all this stuff. I really wish they just keep adding. Don't wait 3-4 months like Destiny. You know what I mean? Like, don't do that. I say once a month, whenever you get things fixed up and everything, maybe like once a month, add a few things here and there. Just add a little bit here and there every now and again. And also, I would love to see, honestly, more cosmetics. I would pay for more cosmetics, not pay to win armor, but more cosmetics the way I look. I want to customize my guy. You know what I mean? that'll be a nice little add-on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they've already started to rotate the superstore. I believe it's about 2 weeks worth of armor that they've put in rotation. So it'd be great to see that. It would be great to see helmets have stats on them.
Yeah,
because that was the original plans, to have helmets have stats and buffs, but they took that away last minute. Your capes maybe could do a bit more. I wanted to see, more out of the stats, because really there's like 3 or 4 different buffs for your armor, and then you just rotate between them.
And also guns, they can add more guns and weapons and stuff like that. Like, I like to use my Stealth Warrior. I think that's the main gun I use, keep the guys at bay, and I use my orbitals and stuff like that. But I would like to see more assault rifles and stuff like that in the mix,
I have a bone to pick with the JR Dominator. So on the Field Veterans, or the Premium Pass, the final gun I grinded all the medals for, because I was like, explosive assault rifle, this is going to be awesome.
Oh, wow.
And it's not. It's not that amazing. I ended up going back to the shotguns. I just thought maybe that gun should have had more to it, being the last gun on the premium.
The funny thing is that you say that first assault rifle that has the explosive rounds on it, I hate that gun.
I'm using the burst assault rifle, the armor piercing one.
Yeah, I think it's called the Liberator. Is that the one we're talking about?
The Liberator?
It might be. I don't know.
No, the Liberator, I thought it was the marksman rifle, if I'm not mistaken.
No, it's one of I forgot which one it was called, guys. I'm sorry. It's just I don't really pay attention. I just read the description, I put it on, and I'm going in. But that gun's pretty good. For the guys for the bugs that that armor piercing, like the guy I'm shooting there in the feed, I went right through him and was taking him down like nothing. I'm like, okay, this is a little bit better, but it is a burst gun, so you got to be wary about that. But yeah, I would say if they had a little bit more, guns, more variety, I think that would be cool. But
that's the thing. I think that's what they're gonna end up adding with like the new updates with all the mech and stuff like that. Because my issue is that the weapons that we're getting, don't get me wrong, they're great, especially for certain things. But the thing is, then that's what you need to study and make sure what's best for which enemy. Because right now we have the Terminates and we have the Automatons, and we're dealing with them each closely. And Rue probably agrees with me on this. Is the fact is that usually shotguns are best for the Automatons, and then you have mostly the assault rifles or the semi-automatics are good for the bugs. And that's the thing, is the fact is like, okay, now if I want to go into battle against automatons with a semi-automatic, it's kind of hard, because I'm gonna tell you right now, those robots are no freaking joke. Like, nope. I think just exploding the map itself needs to get rid of them. And especially if you're playing the game on like suicidal or anything harder trying to fight the automatons, you're gonna have the biggest headache and a half trying to get through that map.
Oh no, I mean I'm gonna bring my strategy mind into that, but there's definitely key things you have to remember. Is that the EMS? We got to slow them down. You need a big 500 kilobomb. You need something to take them out as a whole, as a group, to slow them down hard. So that's really key. You definitely need the cannons. FCAT says this, and this is actually a good question. He goes, what happens if the enemies take over the super Earth? Is the game over? We can't play anymore, or what? Well, what's gonna happen with that?
I wanted to talk on that. It looks like the Terminides are getting closer and closer to Super Earth, and I'm really looking forward to bringing the battle to home, having perhaps those houses at Outbase, like roaming around urban streets, taking out bugs as they invade, because I really see that coming to terms in about probably the same times we'll get mechs and vehicles.
That would be awesome.
That'd be fire. He's on Main Street. Where's Main Street? I don't know. It's over there. Go get him.
He's like,
drop an orbital over there. That's somebody's house. Boom.
It doesn't matter if they were making pancakes.
That'd be cool though. Like giving you the aspect. Yeah, I always see that. That'd be nice. That'd be nice to do.
I think Rage froze out again. He's probably coming back soon.
He's probably cursing up the storm right now.
Yeah. Sometimes the Discord be acting funny sometimes, man. It kind of freezes you out a little bit. But I never had that problem yet. Ever. I can't say never, but ever didn't have that problem yet. So hopefully I don't.
That's Discord for you.
Discord needs one update every month. Not like 3 updates a month trying to fix little things here and there. I think that's the issue.
Technical difficulty. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, it's all good, man.
Welcome back.
Welcome back, buddy.
Jack. a little funny today. But hey, guys, well, I'm back. Thanks for waiting. If you did, if not, oh well.
So, Ray, did you hear the question FCAT had?
No, what was it? Please repeat.
He goes, question: what happens if the enemies take over Super Earth? Is it the game's over, or we can't play anymore? Then Rude Diggs kind of chimed in on that situation. Rude Diggs, if you want to repeat yourself a little bit.
I said the way the map and the command looks like, it looks like the Terminides are closing in on Super Earth, and if you go over Super Earth, it looks like a playable planet. I think we're just waiting for the Terminides to eventually move in on Earth for their invasion, and then we're going to probably see the introduction of mechs and vehicles there on Super Earth as a playable grounds. That's my hope and Grandiosa's vision for it, but I really see that coming together based on how the map is progressing.
Yeah.
Honestly, dude, just going off it, yeah, I like the whole Super Earth idea and stuff like that, but I don't think, even if it was to get destroyed, it's not going to matter. Because the way I'm seeing this game, the way that they have it so open, bro, we could have another Super Earth. They're going to just recreate another Super Earth. We're sitting here destroying the insects planets and taking over their shit. So, I mean, granted, we make our own Earth on theirs. It's almost like we're the bad guys, but I don't think it's gonna happen. Be a bad idea if it does get destroyed. It'd be a nice little climax and stuff like that, and then leave you for, oh god, what's gonna happen next? Now we don't got a home planet type shit. So now we're definitely taking over, and it shows more of us being that bad guy, the ones that's taking over shit, opposed to, you know, trying to save something. So I kind of like that concept, and I don't know about you guys, but I kind of like that villain that's almost the superhero, but still that villain feel to it. It's just, you know, everybody loves the bad guy, at least in my eyes.
Maybe you do, Raze. Maybe you're the bad guy. You ever think of that?
Hey,
huh?
Bro, that's it. I
You know?
love
Maybe you're the
guy,
bad guy. He's the bad guy, and the one he has so many friendly kills in here. Mr. Guy.
Excuse me. You want to compare stats again?
Well, honestly, I've been playing this game.
You
haven't been doing your part out here, buddy.
I
He
know
makes
where
a
I'm
good
at right
point, though. I want to see a face to the automatons. I want to see a leader of some sorts. I want to see a leader to the bugs, too. So I hope they bring out different enemy types that are more of leader classes, because it'd be cool to put a face to these sort of conquering factions.
Yeah.
So since we're buffering, excuse me, since we're coming off of that, how about like actually introducing like team-based raids, like similar to what Destiny was offering, but it's like you'll fight the ultimate enemy of the automatons or the termite. Like, what about like that concept in the like possible future updates?
You know what? That sounds very
see
interesting. That sounds.
I could see,
because it's not going to be Destiny where you have so many things going on, right? But it's going to be Helldivers where you have your loadouts, your arsenal, your team-based work style, right? So you figure if you have all the objectives, right, in one setting into that particular raid-like situation, right? Are we going underground? Or is there a much bigger Titan than the Biotitans that we see right now? Possibly, right? Hopefully down the road they'll add more bigger Titans, because I think Rude Diggs is right, and Rage, is that we want to see a face, the bosses, the leaders of all these bugs and robots. Like, where are they? You know what I mean? Like, look at this big Titan that we're fighting. I want to see a bigger one. There's got to be a bigger one out there that they can come up with, which I believe they will. You know
Dude,
what I mean?
look at think about it too. Why are we limited to boots on the ground? Why? There's different atmospheres, like the different environments.
I'm sorry, did you ever watch Starship Troopers?
Dude, I love it. But that's what I'm saying. It doesn't have to be Starship Troopers. Like, we're in different atmospheres. Give me moonwalking shoes where I could hover a little bit and shit. Give me different environments where I gotta go into, like, there's this gas planet, but the gravity's less and shit. And we gotta swim through this, or use a night vision scope to, for these certain missions to be able to accomplish it and shit, and then actually make it a specific to each player that's going to be on the team and stuff.
Wanna know what I was just thinking about?
Has to use it.
You bring up night vision. That was something that was scrapped, unfortunately, right before launch. That was the helmets were going to have night vision buffs for certain things. So I hope that comes back.
Me too, especially with the plans where we have the gas. It's mainly blacking out. Like,
no, I liked it. I like the surprises. You know what I mean? But I don't think we need night vision. You know what I mean? Like, it's at night, it's raining, it's dark. Like,
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I watch a lot of alien stuff and shit, like alien planets and stuff, and I want them to bring those environments, those different types of things into it. We need some sky things. Not why is everything on the floor? Why don't we have things flying around in here? We have it on Earth. Why not these other planets? Things adapt, you know. It's just leaving so much open that this could do. Bro, it's gonna be another franchise game. And they did not expect that. It's going to become, it's already bigger than they think, but I think it's going to be another franchise.
So FCAT says
Double A
this.
budget.
FCAT says devs have no clue how the game will be months from now. So I would say this. I think a lot of devs and a lot of games don't know where the game's going to be, where they're going to take off from. Because believe it or not, like I'm going to say this, like you could play this game casually, but this game is not casual. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Absolutely not.
You know what I mean? Because you could play it on easy and be casual about it and have a fun time and then get off in 2 hours and do your thing. That's casually playing this game. I'm hardcore. I played for 12 hours yesterday on Suicide and Extreme. I'm trying to perfect the strategy. I'm trying to bring my Destiny idea into this game of coming up with strategies for my teammates and working together and getting harder things done. That's not a casual situation. Now, going back to the devs, I think that
those pigs.
I think the devs have an idea, you know, how the gamers are enjoying this game. Think about it. If this game wasn't good, there won't be no 800,000 capping servers. There would be like 100,000, 200,000, maybe 3, top to 4. And then right now, this game will be dead. Tell me it wouldn't be. Right now, I'm almost a month later. A month from now, a month now. This game would have been dead already if it was it wasn't fun. So they're seeing what's going on. If you're in Reddit, they're gonna see the comments and what people want, and maybe they can implement some new ideas and stuff like that. But again, like Rudick said, they scrapped their night vision for a reason. To me, I like to be surprised. I like to see in the dark. I can't see anything. Where's the bug? I can hear him breathing. Like, I don't want to see where he is. Oh, he's over there. Like, no. I want a surprise. I want to hear him breathing, but where is he? Where is he? Like, you know what I mean? And come out of nowhere. Now, going back to what Rage said, I want space boots. Now, imagine they had hover boots. Like, you can, like, walk or jump a little bit, like, glide a little bit. But I want them to come out with a bug that has claws and grab you in the air.
But that's the thing, that
you know what I mean?
they incorporated a jump pack as into the game, so you can actually use the jump pack for a very limited time in the game.
That is actually fun too.
So
using it.
the jump pack is a great idea, and going down with the space boots and everything like that, or even a jet pack that you can use to fly around for certain long distances and get through the game. It would be a great concept to it, but I'll be honest with you, I don't feel like it's necessary. Like, I just like the fact is that, you know, you and 3 other players have to land on this planet, and you have about 30 to 45 minutes based on the level of the game. If you put it on Suicide, Helldiver, 10 minutes to survive to get to the extraction point. So yeah, you have the concept of that you can fly over, you can do all this stuff, and you have these things in the air flying out to you and everything like that. Include more enemies, I agree with that, especially different species and stuff like that. But I don't know, I don't feel like that's a necessary thing in the kind of game development for this, because I also feel like keeping this the same concept of that you have to work as a team to survive in general. Even if I have a shield generator and somebody else could have the ground rover and all that stuff, it's all team-based concept. So you know where you're going, what you have to do, what you have to keep equipped. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, Jers can have the store wall, I can have a machine gun, Rue can have the element rifle, and we have that all based in the game, and we still can get annihilated 1, 2, 3.
Absolutely.
With no
Absolutely. So FCAT says this, guys. FCAT goes, right now he goes, right now people cheating in Farmer for samples, XP and supers. YouTube vids telling people to abandon missions and objectives. How do you guys feel about that?
Bro, every game's gonna have that
Exactly.
stupid shit where people are trying to get the shortcuts and shit. That's just the dumbass players.
And that's why,
in my opinion.
Yeah, that's fine.
Dumbass players that don't want to put the work in.
If everybody played Destiny, Call of Duty, there's always somebody exploiting situations where they're gonna gain rather than lose. These are people who just want to get to make it easier for themselves to play the harder missions. It is what it is. But again, going what Twice was saying, you still can get annihilated. You still can die, lose everything. You know what I mean? There's a possibility. So cheating and farming is like
a waste,
a thin line to me, because in this game, again, you can die over and over. Like, you have so much bio titans and chargers and bugs coming at you. You spawn in and somebody's way over there getting it. If they drop it and they lose it, oh well, see you later, try next time. You know what I mean? So that's why I suggest to play with buddies or friends or whatever the hell you want to call them, get in, have a good time with your friends. At least you all working together. You know what I mean? And anybody wants to exploit this game and cheat or whatever you want to call it, let them do it. It doesn't matter as long as you're having a good time.
The funny thing is that you say that there's another guy on TikTok. I'm about to like post up like all these guys on TikToks talking about Helldivers, and Rue probably heard about this guy too. Apparently, there's somebody in the game that's notoriously killing people at the end so no one can get extracted. And he is purposely waiting. He'll do the whole entire game with you, finish the game with you, and then once you're at the extraction point, he'll kill everybody off to make sure that you have no reinforcements, just to kill you off. After all the work you've done, he'll just annihilate you, and he does that on purpose. And apparently the devs and even like top of the line gamers who are putting time into this game are like warning everybody, you see this gamer tag, do not play the game with him.
Well, if everybody's knowing this, then creators should be doing something about it. They gotta have an algorithm.
That's what the creators trying to do now. The devs are actually sitting there and trying to figure out, okay, how can we eliminate this toxicity in the gaming community? Because he's not the only one who does it. I've bumped into open gamers that will literally just start the game annihilating you. They don't care.
Yes.
But like, I was like, do you not understand the concept of this game is not... Yeah, friendly fire is a big thing in this game, because that's why I also like the fact is that you got to be careful where you're shooting.
Yes.
Because like, for prime example, me and Jers be playing and he'll jump in front of my line of fire, or I'll jump in front of his line of fire, and I'm like, oh damn, I died, Jers, thank you. Like, goofing around. But that's the whole point of the game, is the fact is that you're here to have fun. But there's people who will land straight at the beginning of the planet and just completely annihilate you, summon you back with reinforcement, kill you again until the end of the game, and then that's it. You don't want to play anymore.
Honestly, I don't think it should be team killing allowed. I think the concept of team killing should be allowed. But at the end of the day, let's say if they could get an algorithm where my man's getting so many hits on a team member, or he's doing things so much with the teams that they automatically either get kicked, they're the ones who are dying, not the team member. And if it keeps occurring so many amount of times, you get banned from the game for a certain amount of time.
No,
you get kicked off of that server.
No, I can't do that. It honestly takes the fun out of it.
Yeah, that would. I agree with Jersey.
It would really take the fun out of it.
Yeah, but you'll find it more fun while you're putting in all this work and shit. And
I would say this is that if you have one, listen, if you have one guy killing like all your teammates, I would say vote to kick him out. The host can literally kick him out, or maybe you have a team vote to kick him out. If let's say he's the host and we all voted real quick to kick him out, and during that vote the host cannot quit the game, we can, like, you know what I mean. But again, if the host leaves the game, everybody leaves the game, so they got to fix that. At that point they need to switch hosts, like they did with Call of Duty like a while ago. When you quit Call of Duty, you go right back to the lobby. Now it's like, oh, it's switching hosts. Boom, there it is. Continue on.
Yeah, actually, but it should, they should integrate a migration feel to it. The fact is, like, if we're playing with everybody and then the host leaves, they just integrate to another host immediately so that the game has no hiccups to it.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I think, like, if a player is you know, I don't want to say killing, unaliving people in the game, I don't want to get flagged, bro. Damn YouTube algorithm. He's a deadly guy. Go get him. But yeah, unaliving people, I think that from there should be a report situation. Say, hey, host migration. For what reason? Toxic player. Boom. Okay, switch it up. Bang. Bye. And then kick that player out. That's what I'm saying. There's so many things that these engineers can do, and I think they should implement that situation. Because of, like, Rage, if you take away friendly fire, to me that takes away a lot of the fun in this situation. I
don't want to take it away. Like,
okay, like penalize them for that.
Yes.
Like, but again, that would take it away. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
Because what it was like, God forbid you knocked out everybody 3 times in a row. That was totally by accident. Then all of a sudden you're penalized. You're getting kicked out of the game for like 30 minutes. But then it also brings it to the fact that it's a team play based game, and you got to work as a team. So even in real life, bro, my man's not gonna get killed or team unalived 3 times. It's gonna be that one time. So if you're making it realistic, my man's only unalived 1 time. He ain't coming back. So it's gonna focus on you being more conscious about where you're putting it to. Oh,
but
absolutely.
I do agree with what you was saying. I just think even with that, like, especially knowing the way this game is, we're not gonna have time for stuff like that, especially when we're in the thick of things and waves and stuff. Then we have to go in, try to boot this player or explain something. They need something a lot more simple and stuff when it comes to that.
So Trade Gaming goes, I love playing with all of you guys. That game had me on for hours. Shout out to Helldivers. Love the game. Yeah, fire, bro. Helldivers is one hell of a game. Been crazy cool to rock with all you guys I've been playing with, man. I mean, to me, Helldivers brings a lot of joy to me because, again, I wanted this game to come out, this sort of situation. I love co-op games. I love multiplayer games. Single players, I'm kind of in the back end with them. I will be going back to them soon enough. But Helldivers got my full attention. I got to do my man Rage a solid. Got to get back to Suicide Squad. The guy just beat it. You know what I mean? He's still rocking it. Definitely got to give him a shout out to that. Definitely got to get back on that soon. But Helldivers got my full attention for co-op games right now. But
I'm getting into it myself too, especially after hearing about you and Rune already freaking level 30. What, 6?
I'm only level 22, dog. So don't
picked up that platinum.
You got
Yeah,
platinum.
You need help on that platinum.
I'm falling way behind. I'm not used to being this.
I'm like
behind.
11
Don't
trophies
worry.
behind.
Both
But
of us.
I'm only at like level 13 myself, so it's fine.
Yeah, I got you.
So
we're together,
one
bro.
achievement you got to look out for is killing a charger with a resupply. So whenever you see a charger kind of just chilling there, a little bit damaged, kind of bugged out against a hill, make sure you throw a resupply underneath him, because that was the most difficult achievement out of all of them. And that and the 6-minute blitz on extreme.
Oh wow.
Let me tell you, I've been throwing everything at these damn chargers. Everything, bro. I can't stand these bastards, but absolutely, it's so much fun. It really is fun, and to all our listeners out there, man, I would say definitely check this out. It's a fantastic game. Not that I'm getting paid for it and stuff, but it is a fantastic game.
yeah.
Yeah.
Trade
Does
Gaming
anybody
goes,
have any questions?
yeah, you guys can ask questions if you want, you know what I mean? But Trade Gaming says, plus it brings all of us together. I think I go,
Yeah, bro.
EMP works too. There it is.
Hell yes.
That's another amazing feature of it, which kind of goes unsaid, is joining in the middle of a game. You can join in the, like, you don't have to be in the lobby and launch together. And that is a huge aspect of just having that easy play, community play. I know you guys gave it a sort of grade 9 and 8.5. I'm somebody who's like, if I'm going to play this enough to give it a platinum, I'm going to give it a straight 10 out of 10. Bugs and all, it outdoes itself, and it deserves it. So this one for me is a straight 10 in my books.
Oh, hell yeah, man. That's
Yo,
really
word
good.
up.
Hell yeah.
You know what, dude? I think honestly, this seamless co-op stuff, it's underrated. They need to definitely put more seamless co-op in these games, because I absolutely love it, and for it to be so clean and fluent, how we're getting to join each other and stuff. Yes, we had our little problems in the beginning, but they are being rectified. I love it. I think that more of these games should be coming out with more things like this. Even though I do still want our wars, our council wars and shit, I believe it's the healthiest thing we have and stuff. But I love playing team-based games. And how fluent it is when we working together, it's fantastic. And we really should start trying to get more games like this. Not just shooters either. Like, I'm a Ghost of Tsushima, me and my man's over here with the rise of Ronin and shit. Like, I want some samurai games. You know, I like cutting things up. I'm a villain. I'm a villain.
You gotta hit me up for Rise of the Ronin. So
Bro, we in this.
4-person co-op. Yeah.
Yeah,
I love coming off Sekiro.
Yes.
And Ghost of Tsushima. Like, these are epic games. So
But that's the funny thing is we were talking about that before we even started on the pod. Me and Rage were talking about that. It's the fact is, like, you know, I honestly, this is like a personal opinion of mine. Ghost of Tsushima is a masterpiece. It's a great game. I actually can't wait for the release of what part 2 is supposed to be consisted of and the idea. I personally felt Ghost of Tsushima Legends should have been a standalone. It shouldn't have never been an add-on. And only reason why is because the way the fluency, the way the concept of the game, it should have been its own standalone story. Like, I feel that whole concept of that, instead of putting it as an add-on for Ghost of Tsushima, they should have just at it as a by itself kind of thing and let you expand more on that concept. Because Rise of the Ronin, I was looking at it too, and the 4-player co-op idea is amazing. Like, I think that idea is actually on point. I think that idea is going to be really good for the game. I also like the fact that you can literally solo it if you need to, which is great too. But what I'm concerned about is the fact is that I hope they don't follow the same concept of what Ghost of Tsushima did, in that sense of having it like, okay, you guys have to work together, you're certain characters, but you don't have full customization to do everything your character can do.
Yeah, I actually I'm a big Assassin's Creed franchise gamer. And one of my favorite ones was Unity, and the whole concept of having to work as a team to like assassinate things, and how you could infiltrate the different areas of the buildings and stuff, and trying to work together doing stuff like that. I love that, and that's the same kind of feeling it's going to give me with the Rise of the Ronin. And it also gives me that nostalgia for my game Tenchu back in the day, where it got those kill cans and stuff coming in.
Tenchu Z.
Yo, that is my shit, and I absolutely love it. Like, this is the type of things they need to come out, and I think this is the type of stuff, even Xbox, if they could capitalize on this and kind of get these kind of games coming to their fan base, they wouldn't be doing as bad as they are doing. Well, as far as what I feel that they're doing. And they won't have to go to the streaming and stuff like that, and they actually start putting up a little bit more competition in a way. But dude, I love it, man, and these games are freaking fantastic, and I want more, not just shooter games, but like more things that are co-op based, and definitely needs to be seamless. Because one of my biggest things, me and Jers, we're Elden Ring players and shit, and I love the seamless co-op version of it. It's the cleanest. It's absolutely fun.
Yeah, I would agree. Seamless co-ops is definitely fun in Elden Ring. Now, side note, everybody, in May, we're going to be playing. I'm probably going to be streaming it for Trey Gaming, aka Murder, and my buddy Rage here, and anybody else who wants to get in. I'll help them out too if you need help. We're going to be playing Elden Ring again because the DLC is coming in June, and I want to get ready for. I want to get some people ready. The PC version, like Rage was saying, the seamless co-op mod, that's all we added, was just the seamless co-op mod to play together and have fun. Now, it does stack up with co-op.
The only mod.
Yeah, the only mod. Because I don't really like modding anyway, but for Elden Ring, I had to get my 4 guys in there and play. It was awesome. But for PlayStation and Sony and whatever, yeah, we're gonna have to suck it up and play it the right way, which I have no problem with anyway. I'm sure these guys don't either. But in May, we're gonna be playing Elden Ring again, beating it, and then waiting for the DLC. Probably play another game and then get into the DLC, because that DLC looks really good. You know what I mean? So, and I already know who it is. Like, everybody who looks at that picture should know who it is. You know what I mean? That's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah,
Everyone's gonna beat it solo, no summons, right?
yeah,
Yo,
of course. It's his way.
let's go, bro. I'm ready. I'm ready for it, bro. I'm ready.
This is the way.
Yeah, if you don't beat Melina solo, you're just a noob.
Thank you.
Hey,
Dude,
hey,
are you-
hey. I didn't beat
That's how
Melina
I
solo, bro.
And you're a noob.
Why call me out, bro?
Yeah, she was hard for me. Like, when I had my character, it was just too hard. And then I actually had a summon, man. So yeah, joke's on me. I didn't beat her solo. You crazy? Not with my freaking mage. She was just too fast for my character. I was just like, yeah, I can't do it.
Oh man, I love Sekiro so much. I haven't played it in a little bit. The longest samurai possible. Plus I had the Bloodhound step. So
Yes.
I play that game like Sekiro.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
But my build
Yeah,
wasn't like
absolutely.
that, man. It's just like I had the moon veil, I had everything, but she was just overtaking me, and I didn't have the right armor on. I just went focused pure mage and like an idiot. And so this round, I'm gonna probably play another one over a new character and build the ultimate battle mage with swords and faith, and it's gonna be crazy. That's what I'm
I
doing.
didn't want to get too deep into the Elden Ring and stuff like
No.
that, because I actually do want to. We were talking about this Dragon Dogma, bro.
Yeah, I was just gonna bring that up. Go ahead, Carlito.
Yes,
Bring up
please.
Dragon's Dogma. Go ahead.
Because that looks fantastic. It looks fantastic.
All right. So to start off, I just want to ask everybody in the chat watching the stream: have you ever played Dragon Dogma 1 off of PlayStation 1 and stuff like that?
No.
No, I have not.
Okay.
No.
So make it simple. It's a game that should have been created by, I would say, God himself.
Let's
Oh,
go.
no.
That's Kratos,
okay.
sir.
That
That's
is
Kratos.
quite the endorsement.
You word up.
But
Bold
what
statement.
it is a really, I'm gonna tell you right now, I played the first one, I finished the first one. Such a great story, such a great concept, the engine to it, the fighting, everything is so good. It also gives a great concept of like what true old school medieval kind of Souls kind of feel game to it. It's not exactly a Souls game, I will tell you that right now, disclaimer, because it's not. But it gives it more of like how Rage said it when we spoke about before we got attack. It's more of like a Lord of the Rings kind of feel to it. So like the old school Return of the King, like those kind of games and stuff like that.
Dishonor, stuff like that.
Yeah, so it gave it that concept feel to the game. There's going to be a whole bunch of customization done on the characters and everything like that. I actually read some stuff about it. It's a Capcom sequel, as everybody probably knows, so Capcom hasn't really come out with an awesome game in such a freaking long time. And Dogma 1, Dragon Dogma 1 was about 12 years ago that the game came out, and there was talks about a part 2, but no one really hit off on it. And then we already know what happened to Capcom. Capcom really didn't become a studio the way they wanted to be, and they were sold out and everything like that. But going off of everything is that I'm gonna read a little bit more insert about it, because I did read the article about it. I didn't go too much detail into it because it's a lot to read. But Dragon's Dogma is actually a long-awaited sequel since 2012, since the first one came out.
Wow. Good lord.
Yeah. So it's gonna be a very interesting game. Let me put it this way. Everyone's under the impression that it's gonna possibly be a brand new game. It's not. It's basically kind of an add-on to the first one. The only thing is different is that they're putting they put it as that it's a parallel world to the original. And the original one is based off of like, you're finding the dragon's heart, you got to figure out how to bring it back into the world, all that stuff. It's a very interesting story to it. And what they're doing is basically adding parallel world to it. So it's the same story, just a different version of the story from a different point of view. The concept of the game itself, it's going to be kind of like, what was the game again called? Colossus?
Shadow of the Colossus.
Thank you.
A classic game, bro.
Yeah, so it gives you the Shadow Colossus feel along with the normal hack and slash kind of feel to like Lord of the Rings and like Dark Souls and stuff like that. So it gives you that whole concept into the game. As Rage saw some gameplay off of it, you're literally climbing these freaking monsters, these dragons, anything that you can find, and you're stabbing them literally in the neck. Forgive me, YouTube, I don't want to get Jers kicked off, but yeah, you're going off on basically all instinct. The game has, like, to me personally, has no strategy to it. You just got to figure out how to eliminate the enemy, and one way or another. And what I do like the concept of it more is that they kept the same original concept of the companion idea. You can actually have pawns in the game, create them to your standard, give them whatever weapons you have remaining, and send them out into the world. And your friends and other people can use your pawns to gain an advantage on their characters. You can get better weapons, you can get better armor, you can get better equipment, all that stuff. It actually teaches your pawn about the game. So if you're on a mission that you haven't played yet, the pawn will know how to do it and show you, guide you in a way to play it.
So it's almost like live time.
Correct.
It's not really shutting you off.
Yeah, so it gives you that. The idle system is amazing too. So if you're not playing the game itself, your pawn will do everything for you. It will gain all the XP that you are not gaining for himself, even though it make him stronger, but you get coins and stuff like that to buy other people's pawns to work for you in the sense. So the way the concept of the game works, I don't know if they're going to include a multiplayer aspect like they did with the original. But I know what they're doing now is that they're adding a pawn for you, and that you can get 2 other pawns from your friends or from anybody online. And
now, are these pawns customizable?
Yes, they are. So you
Alright.
can customize them any way you want. You could have them be any type of class you want, because when you start the game itself actually gives you about 4 different classes you can pick from, which is thief, archer, mage, and a fighter. So you can literally go barehanded if you want to go into the game like that. Especially for like, you know, my Ghost of Tsushima fans and Sekiro fans that you want to go samurai nunchuck kind of stuff, you can actually
All the
do
time,
that.
bro. All the time. Samurai
So,
#1.
the cool thing about it is that if you pick one class, you can make your pawn a different class. So you can make your pawn a thief, or you can make your pawn an archer. And it has different variations that you can actually mess with in the story. So if you become a thief, you can actually add different variations to the game. You can make him straight up a warrior. You can make him a short, they call it a mystic spearhead, which adds like a different concept to the game and stuff like that. Yeah, they have the whole magic concept, but it's where it's basically dealing off of. Excuse me. Oh, scary. I almost like burped into the mic. Forgive me. Yeah, so that's what they're adding to the concept of the game. So the whole story of the game is actually going to be really interesting on what they're going to do, because the whole plot of the game is that you come back as this thing called aspirin. Well, I'm probably saying it wrong. Forgive me. But you get different classes you get to pick. Well, different races, excuse me. You get to pick different races. You get to pick 3 different races out of it. Be it human, beast, or a elf. So you have that concept too. And then from there, you basically work on your story. And then the whole concept of it is that you're trying to get back the stolen heart of a dragon, as they kept in the original concept of the game. But it's so far from what I've seen, it's one of the games that you need to definitely look out for. From like our previous podcast that I did with Jers and his brother and everybody like that, when we did the Ghost of Tsushima review, and how we felt that the game was going to be like a crazy aesthetic. This game is going to be what Ghost of Tsushima's competition should have been when it comes to like the aesthetic of everything, the concept of the game, the fluency, everything. It's just going to be that type of game.
I'm gonna have to cut, because even what I was seeing and while watching some of the footage, the movement, the mechanics, everything was fluid, man. It was like seamless. It looked nice. It looked like it flows good when you're going through things and stuff. So I'm actually really interested in trying to play it. I actually can't wait for it.
My issue is that it comes out on the same day as The Last Ronin.
I know, and that's everybody's issue.
Here's the other thing that confused me: is The Last Ronin looks like it should be a solo samurai game, and Dragon's Dogma looks like it should be a co-op multiplayer game. Yet it's reversed, and that just doesn't make sense to me in my head when I look at both these games.
So what Dragon Dogma's trying to do is, because what they did with the original, is that they want you to explore everything. Like, you know how some Elden Ring players go into just straight up farm, they don't care about fighting, and then there's other players that just go straight in and like, I want to destroy, annihilate, get the best weapons in the game. Dragon Dogma's concept is that, like the original, they want you to explore. They want you to learn things. They want you. It's basically, I don't know if you guys ever heard of Black Desert.
No.
I did.
Okay. All right. So Jer's probably seen a little bit gameplay of it. Black Desert's basically, you create a character and you can live in this world and do everything in this world. Basically, you can own your own company. You can make a furniture company. You can do whatever you want while you're adventuring to become the greatest character in the game. And what Dragon's Dogma is doing is kind of the same concept, is that after you complete the game, you can still basically sell yourself to other players to help them move on with their game. And with the coin-based system that they have, which I gotta read more if they're gonna include that, but the coin-based system that they had in the first one was to bring back, like, oh, you can use Jers's character to fight this boss without Jers really playing, but Jers is still gonna get something out of it after you complete the mission, even though Jers is not playing the game.
That's actually genius. I do like that. So you're being rewarded, not even playing the game at the same time.
So
yeah.
So you're saying I'll be used?
You would be used. Yes. Like how I can try. Like if we can do that in Elden Ring, I would have used your mage to annihilate half of these bosses.
That does not seem right to me.
Mimic.
That seems like
Absolutely.
it's you know I need to get paid for that for you know for my
So, but
resources.
that's the thing is in the game.
We could always not use you.
Hey,
I
ISO,
could use
what's up,
somebody
man?
else.
Yeah,
Give
I could
them
always
the
use
points.
somebody else, make them use the points. Yeah.
Yeah,
But-
you know.
But the cool thing about it is that like if I use Jersey's character and Jersey's trying to get this like super crazy weapon, but he needs certain material, and I get the material, Jersey gets a piece of the material because I use this character.
I think that's fair and that's awesome. I actually like that concept that's involved with it.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
sounds dope.
So I would like to look more into it. I haven't really, like I said, I haven't really read so much of it because I heard the announcement and it would be amazing. Especially that this is something that I've been looking forward to for a while. I'll be honest with you guys, I haven't really been hopping on my games like I used to be, in Jersey knows. I've been dealing with a lot of things.
That's all good, bro.
Yeah, so I'm trying
Life
to
first,
get back.
man. Life first.
Yeah, so I'm trying to get back into stuff like this. That's why that piqued my interest. Was Dragon's Dogma really piqued my interest. I just hope, and this is just my personal opinion on it, is that they don't disappoint me or fail me, because I'm kind of afraid of like the whole hype with the idea of like, I hate to bring them up, but with like Cyberpunk, and they're talking about, oh yeah, this is gonna be great, this is gonna be awesome, this is what it can do. Dragon's Dogma, I'm not expecting it to come out of the gate with like 5-star 10 out of 10 status kind of gaming, because I'm gonna tell you right now, you're introducing it to a very high powerful console, not just PlayStation, you're also introducing it to Xbox and possibly PC. So you know there's gonna be a lot of rendering and a lot of stuff that needs to be applied to the game for it to stand out. So I'm not expecting such a big hope on it, but the reason why I'm excited about it is because I played part 1 and part 1 was amazing. I felt it should have had a bigger gaming community fan base to it, and when it first came out, a lot of people didn't really understand the concept of it, but it is a really, if you have the time, if you have the patience to play it, it will be a game, it will be a classic. I will tell you that right now, it will become a classic just like the first one did. And yeah, that's what I just feel that it needs its time in the light. Like, I think it's time that Capcom tries to come back with something that we're not disappointed in, or it's not being used by another company.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens.
I mean, yeah, no. To me, Dragon's Dogma 2 looks kind of cool. I don't know if I'm going to get it day one, but if you get it, you know, and you like it, and I see some gameplay, if I like it, I'll definitely pick it up. And Raid's left again for technical difficulties again. His little Wi-Fi is probably breaking up, but he'll probably join back in.
He needs files.
Yeah, he needs files. He needs saves. That's what he needs. I already know what's happening. I'm just going to let him figure it out.
Let's go. You know what? Let's have him just comp Rue's Wi-Fi, because it probably works off of him better.
Got the like 3 gigabit internet.
But yeah,
Got
no.
that Canadian internet.
Oh, see, even easier. There you go. Canadian internet. Guys, that's what we need, is Canadian internet in the United States.
Yo, you know, it's side note. This was funny. I seen some on TikTok earlier today, or no, not TikTok, somewhere. I don't know if it was Facebook or something. And somebody was promoting or sponsoring a Wi-Fi router, Orbis or something like that. And it's like, yeah, man, we got 10 gigabit of bandwidth speed. I'm like, whoa, pause up. First of all, who the hell has 10 gigabits in their house? If you talk about a business, I agree with you. But he was like, yeah, you got 10 gigabits. And I'm like, bro, it just goes as your speed. If you're only getting 100 megs from your provider, you're only going to get 100 megs. What are you talking about? Yeah. Anyway, people are wild out here. Promote anything. You know what I mean?
That's fine.
But Rise of the Ronin, I'm kind of looking forward to. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't look much into it. Again, I don't want to keep spoiling myself for games, because I used to do that a lot. You know what I mean?
That's the thing. It's with new games and these development companies coming out with all these other concepts, it gives us the excitement, but then it disappoints us once we pay for it.
Yeah, so that's why, you know, I'm gonna wait a little bit. I'm not gonna get it day one. I'm gonna see some gameplay. I don't want to see no spoilers ish. Just gameplay itself and what people really think about. I might just leave some background noise playing while I listen to stuff and just not watch the video and just listen to what they say. Yeah. And get a feel vibe for it, because it does look interesting. But again, I don't want to be let down. So not saying the game's gonna be bad, but it is what it is.
Yeah, that was my thing with Liza P. That's why, like, I know it's already like what, a 2-year-old game, I think. But That's what I
It
felt
came
about.
out last October.
There you go. See, so, thank you. I didn't even realize when it came out. I'm so horrible about that. As you could tell, I haven't been playing in such a long time. Yeah, but like that, a lot of people have mixed reviews on it, and I'm like, but why? It's like, oh, because it's like a Dark Souls game. It's like
Who's
Bloodborne. I was
mixing their reviews? That's a fantastic game.
Thank you. See, this is why I'm telling you, it is a fantastic game. I've been playing it. Don't get me wrong, it gets me frustrated,
What
like
game is
Dark
this?
Souls did. Liza P.
Oh, Liza P. Yeah.
Like it gets me frustrated like Dark Souls, gets me frustrated like Bloodborne, but it's such a good game. Like the concept of the story, I'm like, wow, like this is something that I will honestly say is a game that makes you want to go back to play Dark Souls.
Absolutely. You know, our
The
friend
level
Casper.
design is really well done, and I think that's something that they mimicked well from the From Software. Having that Bloodborne mix, but still having like that robotic arm, the weapon you can modify, your just having that story that is so nostalgic to everybody who plays it. It just connects to you instantly, and you know what's gonna happen. But you play the game and the story, it just means that much more having that childhood. And the studio, this is their second game they put out there, and it was just received, I thought, extremely well. I think it did over 1 million in sales, despite even being on Game Pass, which is incredibly impressive. And they've already announced DLC for it, so they're in the works of it.
That's what I'm telling you. Once I started watching the gameplay on stream on Twitch, excuse me, and I started watching other people play it, I was like, all right. And I going back to the cause that you just said about no summons, that seen a lot of people run Lies of P with no summons and no upgrades, and I'm like, wow. It's like, yo, these people are ridiculous. But then I concede the fluency of the game, the aesthetic of the game. I was like, these people, the studio did an amazing job to this game. There wasn't a lot of talk about it, to be honest with you, when they first announced it, and that's fine. I could deal with that. But like, I honestly feel this was a game that's worth buying, that it's worth playing, that it's worth to keep in your collection. In all honesty, it's one of those games.
Let me tell you the truth.
Summons make this game too easy. You can't play summons in this game. I mean, they just give you way too much of an opening.
No, of course.
That's why especially with. I love the boss battles where they even lock away the summons, and I beat the Puppet King before they patched it. So the Puppet King was notoriously so difficult, they had to patch it because of that. But I beat him before they did that, and I have that badge.
That's good.
Very
That Puppet
nice,
drove
nice.
me nuts, though.
I have to play that game. I downloaded play for like an hour, and then I got back
It's
into another
good.
game.
It's like, I will be honest with you, the beginning of it's very like slow, and it's very
Oh, that's fine. I'm used to that. Bloodborne was really slow in the beginning.
yeah, like it's really slow. But once you start getting into it and like really concentrating on the story and like finding out that Geppetto's doing this and that you're like, oh, what's kind of character? Like, I love the fact that your character evolves in the game.
Yeah. So again, our friend Casper ain't here today. Shout out to him. But you know, again, I held his hand throughout Elden Ring for a long while. He was like, "Where do I go? What do I do?" I was like, "Listen, it's up to you, buddy. This is your journey in this game. You can go anywhere where you want. Now, if it's too hard for you, back up, farm up, level up a little bit. You know, get a little more powerful, then go back. That's just the name of the game." He put on Bloodborne, man. He played it for like maybe 2 or 3 hours. He couldn't pass the first level. I was like, you see what I mean? Like, big difference now, isn't it? I was like, listen, I gave you the chance with Elden Ring. It's a little bit easier in the sense of freedom. You know, that's Elden Ring's still hard, but it gives you way more freedom to understand. Hey, okay, maybe try this area. Maybe go over here. Bloodborne's like open area linear game, so you got to move forward no matter what. So you can't go backwards and go anywhere you want. So yeah, you got to be careful. But I can't wait to get back into it with him. Even though I beat Bloodborne 2 times, I gotta be one more for the platinum and do some other things and get all the stuff for it. But yeah, man, like he's gonna be playing that, you know what I mean? I was like, listen, give it a chance, stick with it. You like
Shout out to Orphan of Kos.
Listen, yeah. I can't wait for him to go there. Oh man, he's gonna have fun time with the old Hunters DLC, I'll tell you that much. Yeah, that was a little rough for me, man.
Didn't you take me there when I was trying to finish Bloodborne?
Oh, absolutely.
a fun beach.
Yeah, it's a fun time.
beach.
You know, it's a
All
fun
I can
time.
say is that I was cursing at my system the entire time.
Little spoiler. I'm gonna give you guys a little heads up. There's a way to beat them with ease. You ready?
Yeah, don't tell me. Don't
Why?
tell me. No, don't tell me.
Well, you don't have to do it. That's the
I
point.
know I don't have to do it, but still don't tell me.
I'm still gonna
No,
say it. I'm still gonna say it. You can parry him with the pistol and hit him. Boom, boom. 1, 2, 3. Boom. Get him again. Do
All
that.
right.
Yeah.
All right. That's
kind of
that
cheesing.
does work, but he's also a raving maniac.
Yeah, he is,
who
but you have to
just
do it
jumps
right
at you
before. Yeah, but you
mercilessly.
have to do it
It's-
before he does that shit. You have to. If you don't, you're
Yeah.
screwed. You're gonna mess your stuff up, and you're just gonna have a hard time. So after
So
a while,
be a Jedi,
Yeah.
essentially.
I kind of
Be a Jedi.
yeah. It's that guy was wild the first time. I was like, what is going on? Oh my god, he's like all over the place screaming. I'm like, who hurt you, man? Who hurt you? You know?
Being a Jedi.
That's what I hope for Elden Ring, because they always bring out the most difficult bosses in the DLC. So I want them to
Yeah,
amp
you know
the
they are.
difficulty up for Melania's brother and just make this a slaughter. Like, I want the numbers to go up. I want to be sweating there, no summon victory, and just cheer in glory.
Well, I'm
when I
glad
finish it.
Rudiggs understood who it was. I don't know if Twice knew who it was.
I was reading some stuff into it, and then it was kind of giving the concept of who it was. So I'll be honest with you, and the streamers are probably gonna get mad at me. So it's probably Rue and Rage if he gets back on. I haven't finished Elden Ring.
Okay, you deserve a little cabbage thrown at your face. What's going on, buddy?
But I'm gonna tell you right now. Don't get me wrong. From Software did an amazing job on the game. Jers was the reason why I got the game, because he gave me a full access review on the game. I saw gameplay. It's an amazing game. I will say that. Great concept, gameplay, the weapon system, the boss fights, great. I personally cannot handle the stress the game causes me. And Rue is probably gonna get mad at me too. That's another reason why I couldn't finish Sekiro.
I mean,
Because the concept of the game itself, I'm gonna tell you right now, the farming I can deal with. I can deal with trying to level up my character. I can deal with trying to get better armor, better weapons. I'll deal with it. That's fine. That's the whole concept of trying to pass the game. But strategy wise, trying to figure out how to kill certain bosses and trying to move on from there, I can't, because I just get to the point that after the 5th round of trying to figure out one way that I thought was the perfect way of killing you drives me crazy.
yeah.
Yeah, that's why I could, like, come on, Jers, when you played with me and we finally beat the first boss for me, you were like, really, Carlos, this is what you had an issue with?
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah. And you're like, bro, come on. And I was like, what am I supposed to do? You're like, no, this was the first boss. He's like, and then I remember what you exactly said. You said to me when we got up on the game, you were like, you are not even in the beginning of the game. I'm like, what are you talking about? It's like, this is just the first boss. You got a bunch of other bosses you have to go through, and this is not even the beginning.
Yeah, that to me that's just a tutorial of the game.
Yeah, see, my nephew says the same thing. His friend says, I was like, oh, that's easy.
Even like,
That's light work.
what's his name? Margaret or whatever, Margaret, and Godjerk, to me is just the tutorial of the game. It's the beginning of the game. It's getting
See
you
what I
ready for the game itself.
Yeah, getting ready for the game.
Yeah, Limgrave is the tutorial.
Yeah. So anybody understands, I mean, Carlito, we're gonna be in there again. I'm gonna help you out as much as I can. You know what I mean? But you have to understand, you have to embed it in your head that you will be dying a lot. And so
Yeah,
is Trade Gaming when he
Yeah.
comes on, Murder when he comes on. Everybody, you're gonna die a lot. That's just, you make mistakes. You know what I mean? That's in the beginning of Bloodborne, I was like, damn, I'm dying a lot. Do I suck? I know I don't suck, but it's like you're just made to die in these games. That's it. You're gonna die until you really perfect every movesets and all your builds and understand what you're doing. Then yeah, it's a piece of cake technically, but yeah, you will die by some effery and you will die by some craziness. Like you will die like, yeah, I'm really good at dodging, but you didn't see the cliff and you just died. You fell off a cliff. Like whoops.
Yeah.
There it is. You know, so that's why, you know, Liza P I'm definitely gonna get into soon enough. But again, there's so many games. I'm gonna look into Dragon's Dogma 2. I haven't played the first one, man, because you know it is what it is. But
I think it's
Second
free.
one looks kind of good. It looks graphically looks kind of good. Notice some things. Wasn't like AAA-ish.
Yeah.
But to me, I mean, you probably could call it a AAA game. It is what it is. But to me, it doesn't. It didn't feel like that for the gameplay I seen. But hopefully, it'll change my mind. Rise of the Ronin, probably most likely gonna get, but not day one. Definitely gonna look into some reviews, some gameplay without so much spoilers. I don't like to look at spoilers so much. The only thing I kind of do to myself like a hypocrite is like look up Elden Ring trailers when it came out because I was so excited for this game. This was like #1 game at the time, so I'm like, damn, I can't wait for this game. I gotta see the trailer, but I don't want to see the bosses. I don't want to see. Screw it, I'm just gonna watch it. And I'm like, wow, I cannot wait to get into this game. So again, I might have to watch some trailers, some gameplay, and just see that this is the game, guys. This is where we're going. You know what I mean?
No, I agree. I agree with you on that.
So I heard something that said you shouldn't play the DLC on New Game Plus. Maybe you should start a new character. Is that the way you're going, making a brand new character?
Yeah. Because my mage, man, my mage is a mage, powerful as mage.
Samurai.
Yeah, my mage is powerful as hell, but I have to. I didn't really go any route for that. You know what I mean? So I'm like, all right. So with PC, I went full blown faith, and as a middle of the game, I kind of traversed to like a battle mage faith guy. Like just went all ham in with blood builds and faith and some magic. But yeah, man, this round I'm going all in on the PS5. Because I think Trey Gaming has it on PS5. I think hopefully he does. Rage has it, which he played it for like 4 hours and went to PC with it. And then Carlito here gave up after 31 hours. So hopefully everybody can get back into it because I really want to play this DLC. Yeah. So
hit me up.
I gotta get it on PC because I heard PC is a lot better anyway. I'm than P5.
Oh, Trey Game says he has his guard dog active on Helldivers.
I hate that freaking backpack.
Yeah, the guard dog is a waste of a backpack. All right, you're just gonna end up shooting your friends. And honestly, when I see somebody pull out a guard dog, I shoot the guard dog. I'm like, go away.
Honestly,
they're just gonna shoot me.
Nah, because here's the thing, dude. Like people don't understand wherever you look that's where it's gonna aim.
It drives me crazy.
What I do, I run around my teammates and look like in front of them. You know what I mean? Because I noticed that everybody's looking around like, oh my god, what are they doing? And then I'm getting shot. So I'm like, all right. So I'm kind of going prone where it's gonna almost miss me, but if the bugs get close, it's gonna aim it down at me. So obviously, I go around my guys. I just look at one spot, and then I kind of quickly glance to the left or right, like where are they? Where's the bugs? I run around the other way. That's what I do to kind of dodge that situation. But a lot of people don't understand that. You know what I mean?
Oh no, 117 friendly fire kill says otherwise.
Listen, that was a lot of orbital strikes, and people didn't see the laser beam in the sky. Hey, George, what are you doing? I'm like, there's a laser beam above your head, buddy.
That's the excuse. That's the excuse. Anyway, but I'm actually looking forward to see what Rise of the Ronin is coming out. Hopefully, Helldivers will improve a lot on it. But I also, before we we call it quits for the day and stuff like that, I do want to bring up what's going on with Sony. Like, I know it's old news, and forgive me, stream, for saying this, but what is going on? Why is Sony losing numbers? They lost 10 billion value in their units. Like, are we seriously losing money like that?
Here's my take on it, if I can give it, is that it's an economy based off of gambling. We were in the COVID times when the numbers were massive for gambling were massive for gaming because everybody was at home gaming, spending money on that because they couldn't go out and spend money. And so companies made investments at that time based on those numbers. That was their first mistake. And now when they're not performing at those numbers because now people are outside spending money on different things and not just gaming, you see a decline in the money that is going towards that. The numbers aren't going to do as well, and you can't just predict up and up and up. There has to be a flux there. So they gambled wrong. They misgambled in my. When you forecast and you don't meet your forecast, you got to cut. And unfortunately, people's jobs who were hired at those times are now being let go. And especially with AI coming on board, replacing a lot of people's jobs. I mean, it's just a whirlwind of factors. And unfortunately, that's just the world we live in, and us as gamers, we suffer because our titles suffer.
True, but also another reason why Sony had to let go of so many employees too, because of that whole dip and decline with gaming industry. But then also it came up with the concept of like okay, I'm gonna be honest with you, this whole new PlayStation concept of the detachable hard drive and stuff like that, I find it's a waste of time. Especially that they took away basically all the equipment you had on your original system, and then they're talking about, oh, our numbers are not hitting the certain projection, quote unquote. But the thing is, like, Sony, you're announcing all these stuff and no one's interested in purchasing that stuff because Ru, you hit it on the nail. That's what I don't like. People don't understand that concept. Is the fact is that you hit it on the nail. Is the fact is that during COVID time, everyone was buying stuff left and right to stream, to figure out how to make money, to play video games. Of course, the console systems at that time was straight up like, okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to project this much, but we exceeded that projection. Yeah, because everybody is home. No one is doing anything. No one's going out to enjoy life anymore. Everybody's staying home to sit in front of their TV and engulf in the virtual realism of a video game. And with Sony announcing that they lost 10 million units, it's not a surprise it happened. But Sony's also putting it out there like, oh, it's just a small hiccup. It's not a small hiccup. It's going to be a long hiccup for you guys. Especially that with everything that's going on with the consoles, you have Xbox sitting in the back trying to figure out what's going on. You have PC coming up with Steam Deck and coming up with all these ideas. PlayStation, unfortunately, now is starting to release stuff that either works well for them or it's biting them in the ass. And like, what can be the next step to try to save these gaming companies? Like not the gaming companies, because Sony's not just a gaming company, excuse me. It's like, their add-on of gaming. Sorry, like, I don't know, like, trying to figure out the right words to it, so forgive me.
Yeah, the accessories, the hardware purchases, right? The DualSense Edge, the Pro controller, it was the best-selling accessory of that year. The PlayStation Portal constantly sold out, but the PSVR, with all its support and fun, like, software behind it that it requires, is just not doing the numbers that they needed to do to survive. And that's why I think we see it opening to PC. We see divestments in the studio that made Call of the Mountain, Firesprite, I believe it was. And that's just unfortunate, but that was their gamble. They put too much into that pot.
Yeah, no, you're right. And that's the thing. And now everybody sees it as like, oh, we're losing all this money. You're losing all this money because you're coming up with these gambles that are not feasible at the time. Because I'm going to tell you right now, Oculus, these people, I don't know what they did, but they became smart with their concept of VR. And the reason for it is because of the fact is that, it's submersing something that's brand new. Sony already had the PlayStation VR ready in effect for PlayStation 4. Fine, cool. Microsoft, I don't know if they're going to hit that VR kind of thing, because I don't know if they ever decided to come up with some concept like that. You have Steam, who's working with Oculus to come up with stuff like that. And then now you have Meta, opening up that window to do virtual reality concerts and all that stuff. So I hate to say it, it seems like the industry is just moving to the virtual reality concept of everything. But then everybody's not keeping the concept of that virtual reality is not for everybody. Virtual reality is something that AI is dealing with, and not a lot of people want to deal with the AI concept. Everybody's trying to figure out, I need to fix this myself. I want this to work out myself. Sony lost basically not, I can't say all because they didn't really lose that much stuff, but it is a hit in their pocket. Especially that now you have people like Microsoft and you have Steam and you have all these PC companies coming on. They're like sitting there like, okay, what's the next step we're going to do in this industry? And right now it's just showing that with everything that's going on, like I said, Ru, you hit it right on the head, is the fact is that it's becoming much more difficult for even just having a console is becoming more difficult. And like FCAT just said in the chat, like cloud gaming is accepted VR. So it's becoming more of the fact that people want to go to streaming versus actual physical concepts of what games are. I mean, what consoles are, and the physical hardware. I personally feel that VR2 that PlayStation came up with was a waste of time. Me and Jers had a spoke about the Portal. I think that's a waste of time also, because I'd rather buy a Steam Deck than use the Portal. In all
Right,
honesty.
but you can't argue that it's constantly selling out.
True.
Even though it's not, like, to me, it doesn't make sense. Like, I don't want a remote player device, but so many homes do. And it seems to be selling at numbers I couldn't imagine hearing about the device beforehand.
Yeah, you're right about that. That's the thing. I don't know. I feel like that Portal concept is a great concept. It's awesome, but I don't like the connectivity of it, at the fact that I need to have my PlayStation on and I have to be certain, like, there's certain guidelines to it for you to use it. Where if I could do a Steam Deck, that I can literally play Elden Ring off of my PC and then play it on my Steam Deck when I'm somewhere else. I don't need to be having
1000%. But it's like a fidget spinner. Even though it doesn't make sense, people are still buying it up. Like, I don't know what it is, but it just keeps selling out.
Yeah, no, I agree. Jerry, do you want to piggyback on this? Because I know you got something to say about your Portal.
I mean, I kind of enjoy the Portal here and there, but I wish it was a lot better. I wish we had the option to download our games on that system, or play remote play. Options. I always said options is key. It played well for me. When I'm out in my living room, it kind of hiccups a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what's going on with my Wi-Fi router, but it doesn't reach, and I'm like, what the hell, And then when I go in my bedroom and chill and lay down, and it works fine, perfectly. I would say don't play shooters on there. Definitely not. Helldivers maybe, possible. I'm not gonna try it on there though. I'm not gonna do it. But yeah.
So that's where those accidental orbitals are coming from. Oh, it was a portal glitch.
It's a portal, guys. Portal. I hit the button. It was the touchscreen. I don't know what I'm doing.
That explains a lot. I got it.
Yeah.
I know why Jersey didn't want to do suicidal missions yesterday.
Yeah, that makes sense. But no, the Portal's all right. But again, everybody wants that old-fashioned PSP or Vita kind of feel in a 2024 vibe. You know what I mean? Like, I think we deserve it as gamers. I mean, why not?
Mini discs are coming back.
Yeah, again, Xbox, we can get into that, but not today. But I will say that Xbox games coming to PlayStation are not going to be PlayStation games. It's kind of cool. Shout out to the people who want to play them, because I'm probably not going to play them.
Me either.
I'm not going to touch Sea of Thieves or Pentiment or Hi-Fi Rush. Those are not my games.
No, I'm going to play Power World. That's what I'm going to play.
Yeah, Power World. Yeah, okay. Okay. All right.
Dude, Power World's population shot right down, eh?
Yeah, it did. It did. People want to like pom-pom for it all day. But listen, if you like Power World, enjoy it. Play it. Enjoy it. Have fun with it. Have a great time. But it's just Ark Survival Evolved meets Pokemon. That's all it is.
Yeah, that's what it is. Seriously, that's all it is.
Like that, I'd rather play with dinosaurs, man. That's more epic to me. Big ass bronchosaur or whatever they're called. I don't want, like, I seen gameplay of Power. To me, it's very bland. It's very boring. You know what I mean? And I said, like, stop. People need to stop, like, talking crap about Helldivers when you're not gonna play it. When you don't have a PS5 or PC to play it. You don't understand the fun of this game. Now imagine, if you will, if this actually was on Xbox, not Game Pass, but Xbox, everybody would shut their mouths. They would have nothing to say, or they would say, "Well, it plays better. We got 5 frames." Oh, shut the hell up! Shut up! Everybody on Twitter, shut up! You guys are so corny. You're corny. You're comparing Power World to Helldivers.
Oh, please don't compare that. It's two different genres.
They're like, oh, Power got 2 million players, but guess what? It's down to 200,000 the other day, and Helldivers wasn't too much behind. They had like 250. Helldivers had 209. It was a Friday morning or Friday afternoon. People have work, okay? Yep. People have work. People got things to do. Now, when you say 750,000 concurrent players at one time, that says a lot, doesn't it? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Keep talking that smack, because Helldivers is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. You can catch your little animals in your little balls.
45% of the population came from a suspicious location of Power World, but we can get into that later.
Yeah, we all know. We all know the situation.
Child labor in Japan somewhere. I mean, yeah, no, sorry.
My sneakers are wet. Oh, no. Yeah.
Oh yeah, all I'm waiting for is to be announced that Nintendo sued the crap out of Power World. That's all I'm waiting for.
Yeah, I mean, listen. But anyway, guys, it's an hour and 45 minutes in. You guys have any final thoughts? Carlito, start with you.
Sure. So, going back to Helldivers, yes, I would say it's a game that's gonna survive for a while. I would not be surprised if the devs, Arrowhead and Sony, in the near future decide to come out with a part 3 of Helldivers. I would like to see a lot more of a community play to it. So I kind of agree with Ruse, the fact that like add more stuff to that when it comes to community play. I will like that a lot because to be honest with you, it gives us a better feel to the game and more of the fact of like, you know, more of a team-based kind of action to it. That's what I will go off of with that. Rise of the Ronin, I agree with Jers. I think I'm gonna give it some time too, just to see some gameplay, maybe see how the multiplayer function works with it. And Dragon's Dogma, I definitely feel like it's gonna be one of those games to look out for. I just gotta give it some time because I haven't played it for 12 years and it's Capcom's baby. So let's see what exactly was gonna come up with it.
Oh yeah, Rudig's final thoughts, man.
Helldivers will be Game of the Year for multiplayer. It will win Multiplayer Game of the Year award. I think what it did to this community, shock and awe, the explosive blockbusterness of this title, it brought so many people in. I really think it did something epic to multiplayer and revitalized, again, another genre that I really had not paid much attention to, and that was extraction shooters. But at that same time, I will be getting back to my Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which I believe will be a Game of the Year contender because that game has absolutely everything in it, and I'm having a blast. But I'll be sure to check you guys on Helldivers soon. And thank you guys for having me on. It was a pleasure just chatting with you guys. It's good to be in the gulag. So thank you.
Oh yeah, thank you, man. All right, so my final thoughts on Helldivers. I'm glad Arrowhead made this game the way it is. It's not a top-down. It's actually third person, and I love it. You know what I mean? Like Rudiggs and Carlito and my buddy Rage said, it's definitely a great, wholesome, fun co-op shooter. Yes, friendly fire is a thing, and I think it's funny, but we all have to stick together for strategizing for this game. You know what I mean? So I hope this game succeeds months and months, even years from now, a couple years from now, 2-3 years from now, until they make Helldivers 3. Hopefully for the PlayStation 6 and new Xbox or whatever PC. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it rolling. Like, show these guys some love and support, buy their games, and yeah, have a lot of fun with it. You know, I just want to thank everybody in the chat today, coming in line. Trey Gaming, ISO. Who am I missing here? I don't want to miss anybody. Line, Trey Gaming, ISO, FCAT. Thank you guys for coming on in. Rue, thank you for coming on in today, man. It's been a pleasure talking with you. Hopefully we can do a lot more of these, man, because I'm gonna try to do every week or every other week, depending on the schedules with my buddies here and me. You know, we can do a lot more shows together and check out your channel and everybody out there. So Rage, I don't know where you went, buddy. I don't know if you went to the North or South Pole to try to get democracy going, but yeah, you need to fix your connection there, buddy. But anyway, guys, thanks Carlito, thanks Rudiggs, shout out to Rage, Casper. We'll see you guys next week, and everybody here in the chat. As always, stay chill and happy gaming. See you all in the next one. Peace.